Hello everyone, my name is Soul Citizen. Today I'm going to talk about Korean movie. A few months ago, director Bong made an achievement in Korean movie history. His movie Parasite won 4 Oscars and the Palme d'Or at the 2019 Cannes Film Festival. Of course, the artistic it will be the unprecedented with few prides, but no one cannot deny that it is very attractive news among the people around the world. Movie replaced the dignity of the play as the pop culture after 20th century. It also happened as in Korean Peninsula. The pioneer Na Woon-kyu made the movie Arirang early 20th century, but the Korean movie, the K-movie, could not regard it as the mainstream until 1990s. Hollywood movie dominated every single theater in the theater, and K-movie was just considered as B or C movies. Even until a couple of decades before, actresses protested to support the screen quota policy, that the Korean government's policy to force to play Korean movies in the theater. However, as time goes by, the production company could buy better camera and better script, and Korean people could afford to buy the tickets as the economic development was settled in our ground. As a person who was born in 1990s, my first memory of the well-made Korean movie which won the prize from the outside was The Old Boy, directed by Park Chan-wook. Of course, Lim Kwon-taek, Kim Ki-duk, and others made a great effort, but since Park Chan-wook's work, K-movie could come up through the international news channel. In Korea, there is a saying that the most Korean style is the most international style. I assume that it is the phrase to emphasize one's character. Korean Hollywood Chungmu-ro, which is located at the center of the Seoul, became popular since then. In my opinion, director Bong could climb up the hill and stand there since director Park brought the ladder. Even though the K-movie is quite prospective, there are a few things still need to improve. First, we Korean people tend to care too much of the box office score. Of course, since the purpose of the commercial movie is to sell the tickets, it is the productions matter. However, kind and enthusiastic audiences in Korea tried to make the movie as 10 million watch movies. People make rank with what is the highest score movie in the nation, and people watch movie twice or more to make that movie to get better box office score. It is like sports. The better box office score is kind of success with Korean movie fans. Therefore, we should be cautious not to overestimate the box office score with the quality of the movie. Second, it is the tragedy that the production dinosaur devoured the theater, or distribution market and the production market. Few decades before, there were several characterful theaters and productions. However, since some point, the big company, the terminology originated from Korean chaebol, started to merge small and weak theaters, production companies, and distribution market. What is the problem with this? The few movies which are produced by big company dominates the screen of the theater. There are only few options for the audience to choose contemporary movies. When we go to the theater, we could not find independent movies or the artistic movies, even though it won a prize from the Toronto Film Festival. Over 1,000 theaters and more than 1,000 screens, we could only find 1 or 2 screens for that kind of movies. Only Marvel series from the Hollywood and some Korean blockbuster movies we could choose. There were few people tried to fix this problem, but often been failed by giving up the ownership of their studio or the independent theater. This lack of the option structure is combined with the audience's tendency with the stereotype of 10 million watch movie is the best movie. Since few years before, social media and some media tried to spotlight a few independent movies and tried to solve this problem. It is quite encouraging movement. As a citizen who lives in the nation which has valuable and rich cultural assets, we should say that the relativity and the diversity are the cradle of the cultural heritage. This is the end of my episode, and thank you for listening, and see you next time. Have a nice day.